Help me reach my goal and subscribe. And hit the bell icon.
Chapter 6786. Sa's tears fell, and she choked and said, "I just want to give myself to you. I am so old and have been keeping my virginity for you. Do you know how messy those people in the entertainment industry are? They don't care about these things at all." Just like Tawana, her love history is thicker than an encyclopedia. But you can see that she enjoys every relationship very much. Every woman wants to be cared for and hopes to enjoy everything that love brings to her. I wanted to. Seeing her crying, Charlie wiped her tears in a panic and said worriedly, "Look, why are you crying? Many things can be solved slowly. I also have many things to solve slowly. Don't be affected by Tawana. You and she are not from the same world." Sa's mood stabilized a little. But she still said angrily, "She has loved so many people, and she has at least had each of them. I only love you, but I have never had you." Charlie was also a little speechless. If he talked about this topic, he would feel embarrassed. He has a wife and so many confidants, but who has he had? There is always a strange barrier between him and Claire. And he has lost the motivation to go further over time. But he himself is a relatively traditional man, with a gentleman like his father as a role model. And he is unwilling to have an extramarital affair. Thinking about it carefully, I see that he and Sa are in a similar situation. They both stick to the bottom line for their loved ones. But to some extent, they have a dilemma of not being able to love. Sa was originally in a mood of acting like a spoiled child and complaining. But when she saw Charlie's expression gradually becoming solemn and melancholy, she suddenly realized a very serious problem in her heart. Could it be that my beloved and his wife have never had any real physical intimacy? I think it should be like this. Otherwise, why haven't they had children after being married for so long? And seeing Charlie's difficult expression, she was more certain of her assumption. At this moment, the grievances in her heart were suddenly thrown behind her. And she felt particularly sorry for him. She really wanted to hug him and whisper in his ear, "That woman is unwilling to give herself to you. But I am willing. That woman is unwilling to give birth to a child for you, but I am willing." But thinking carefully, she shouldn't say these words at this time. Not only will it open Charlie's scars, but it will also make her look more like a mistress. But the more she thought about it, the more she felt that she had a lot of grievances in her heart, and had nowhere to tell. "Actually, I'm the one who got in on. I've been determined to be Charlie's wife since I was a child. And both parents have arranged it. If it weren't for what happened back then, I'm afraid I would have married him a long time ago, and had several children. Then what would Claire have to do with it? Claire, if you were 100 times good to Charlie, I'd accept it, but you don't know how to appreciate your blessings. You've been married to Charlie for several years and you're still unwilling to commit yourself to him. What's wrong? Do you think he is not worthy of you? If you really think so, why don't you just divorce him and end this nominal marriage?" Sa felt even more aggrieved. And she never dreamed that Margaret was already standing up for the daughter-in-law he truly recognized. Leon had already boarded the return freighter and was approaching China on the sea. Margaret has always been quick to cut the Gordian knot. She instructed him to meet Claire secretly after arriving in China. It is time to, once and for all, resolve Charlie and Claire's deformed marriage. Chapter 6787. while Saa was still immersed in the happiness of kissing Charlie. The news that Tawana passionately kissed the dancers had already been on the hot entertainment searches around the world. For a time, the whole world was in an uproar. Everyone knows that Tawana has a hot stage style. But they have never seen her so unrestrained. Besides, she still has a boyfriend. After watching the live video, many fans are wondering about one question. Is Tawana too immersed in the play? If she is too immersed in the play, then it is understandable that she took the initiative to kiss. After all, the song itself is a reunion of a pair of lovers after separation and death. If she is not too immersed in the play, then this kind of stage performance is really a bit too unrestrained. Even Western fans can't stand it. Tawana's agent couldn't wait for her to discuss with her after the performance. So she immediately prepared to deal with it, communicated with all the cooperating media, and immediately issued a press release, blaming Tawana's behavior on the stage on the song, saying that she was indeed immersed in the story presented by this song. She couldn't extricate herself, so she was so immersed in the play. In order to prevent foreign netizens from not understanding what the song is about, she also found a writer who is proficient in Chinese and could write a soft article for the song. In the soft article, the story background of the song Assassin was translated and analyzed sentence by sentence. Even the historical story of Jing Kai assassinating the King of Qin was popularized by foreign netizens. The song Assassin itself was created by borrowing the story of Jing Kai assassinating the prince. Originally, Jing Kai assassinated the Qin, and there was nothing about women, so it could not be made into a love song. So the lyricist invented the story of an assassin, added a love story and a perfect ending to it. The soft article also said that the story of Jing Kai assassinating the prince has been circulated in China for more than 2,000 years, which is in line with the chivalrous spirit advocated by China. And the depth and height are by no means comparable to ordinary historical stories. When foreign fans learned the specific background and original intention of the song, they finally accepted the saying that they were too immersed in the drama, seeing that the trend of the internet was about to be reversed. The agent immediately struck while the iron was hot and announced to the public that Tawana's favorite Chinese song was Assassin. And the reason why she wanted to sing this song with Saa was because she really liked it. After this series of exaggeration and emergency research, the resolution of those surprised voices on the internet was reduced a lot. Moreover, this matter began to develop in a direction that was very beneficial to Tawana and Saa. Those foreign fans also liked this Chinese song. The number of overseas broadcasts of Assassin soared instantly, and even rushed to the top of the music broadcast popularity charts around the world. After those overseas fans had a good impression of the song, they also had a better impression of Saa. As for Tawana, it goes without saying that she is such a big star, and she can still be so devoted on the stage. She is simply a model among singers, and her fans who like her even more. But at this moment, Trevor, who was far away in the United States, had just gotten up and was about to attend the team's training. Suddenly, he saw the push about Tawana's concert on the internet. He clicked it and immediately guessed that the masked man dancing with a sword must be Charlie. Tawana kissed him passionately. And it was not because she was too immersed in the play, but because she was full of admiration for him. This made Trevor very uncomfortable. In fact, He was under a lot of pressure when he first got together with Tawana. Chapter 67-88. First of all, Tawana's love history was really too confusing. No matter who fell in love with her, they would be under pressure from the media and the public. Secondly, his ability to make money was indeed not as good as Tawana's, and he would be ridiculed as a gigolo. But because Tawana has always been very obsessed with him, she made up for his huge pressure through her feelings. But now the situation is different. Tawana is obviously moved by Charlie. Once this incident came out, the conclusion was more certain. Before he left China, he had already seen Tawana's mind. At that time, he thought that as long as she could keep her feelings for Charlie in her heart and continue to be with him steadily, he would not be unacceptable. However, he never expected that Tawana would let herself go like this not long after he left China. He looked at the video on his mobile phone and couldn't help but roared angrily. Didn't she think about my feelings when she kissed Charlie on the stage in front of tens of thousands of people? Others don't know who he is, can I not know? Others don't know what your mentality is, can I not know? Trevor, who was a little emotional, had tears flowing unconsciously. He even found a very famous jewelry company and asked them to help him customize a diamond ring for his proposal. After all, Tawana implicitly agreed to his proposal on Tawana's private plane. But in this situation, Trevor was struggling. Tawana on the stage was completely immersed in her first concert in East Cliff. Because she kissed Charlie, she felt an unprecedented sense of relief in her heart. So she performed exceptionally well in the following performances, singing better and better than the CDs recorded in the studio. The fans were very excited and felt that the tickets for the concert were worth buying. They actually saw Tawana's peak stage performance. And she really worked hard. She just wanted to make this concert the most perfect one in her singing career, without a doubt. In this way, this concert will continue to spread on the internet, continue to accumulate popularity, and more people will see the scene of her kissing Charlie. She felt that this was a very cool and comforting thing for her. When she finished singing the last song and bowed to the audience, she was so excited that tears welled up in her eyes again. She held the microphone choked up and said, thank you all the staff. Thank you East Cliff, this is the most perfect performance in my life. I think it will be difficult to surpass it in the future. I hope you will like this performance. Thank you again for supporting me, thank you everyone. Tens of thousands of audiences cheered excitedly. And Tawana, with tears in her eyes, waved to the audience, retreated to the lift, and shouted again. Thank you everyone. Good night. Goodbye. Then, she bowed deeply, and the lift slowly descended. And countless colorful ribbons fell in the sky. And the visual effect was perfect. Many audiences were deeply moved and cried as they watched Tawana disappear from the stage. The applause, cheers, and screams on the scene continued without any signs of weakening. As soon as Tawana came down from the lift, her agent who was waiting there couldn't help but ask her, Tawana, what do you think? You did such a controversial move in front of tens of thousands of people. Do you know that the whole world is discussing your behavior? Tawana smiled nonchalantly and said, no matter what they discuss, don't explain for me. The agent looked at her dimly and said, I've already explained it to you. Chapter 67-89. Have you explained it to me? Tawana immediately asked the other party. How did you explain it? The agent sighed and said, I can only say that you like this song too much, and are too involved in the plot of this song. After all, you are a professional singer. And you are quite devoted to the performance. Tawana said lightly, actually, I don't like this song very much. This song is not as good as the songs I wrote myself. The agent on the side looked a little embarrassed. Tawana has always been very conceited about music. After all, she is different from Saa. Saa is not a music major. She can't write songs and compose music by herself. Unlike Tawana, who writes almost all of her songs by herself. Singer-songwriters generally don't think highly of other people's songs. Not to mention that Tawana's creative ability is world-class in the pop music scene. The agent also knew her character. So, I whispered to her. The explanation now is the best for you. Otherwise, if there is really a scandal, you will become the target of public criticism. Don't forget that you have a boyfriend. And in the eyes of the public, your relationship has always been stable. Tawana waved her hand and said irritably, I know, so let's do it. If there are any problems in the future, you can deal with it in this direction. After that, she asked the agent, Where are Mr. Wade and Miss Gu? In the dressing room. Okay. Tawana didn't want to waste time with the agent and walked quickly to the dressing room. In the dressing room, Saa and Charlie had also ended the situation that had embarrassed Charlie a little bit. Saa was particularly happy because she kissed him. So she didn't press him step by step, which made Charlie suffer. He had been a little bit unable to adjust his mentality. After all, the passionate kiss just now lasted so long. Which was the first time for him. Tawana knocked on the door, and Saa immediately said, Come in. Then, Tawana pushed the door open and entered. Saa saw her and said with a smile, Congratulations, Tawana. Today's performance was perfect. I feel this is your best concert so far. Yes? Tawana said excitedly, I feel so too. I have never performed as vividly as I did today. I sang every song to the best of my ability. After that, she couldn't help but look at Charlie, who was silent on the side, and said with an embarrassed expression, Mr. Wade, I'm really sorry. I was a little too excited on the stage. When Charlie just walked down from the stage, he thought it was quite embarrassing. But after being made even more embarrassed by Saa, he felt that what Tawana had done seemed insignificant. So he said calmly, It's okay. I understand, but don't do this again next time. Otherwise I will stop performing. Tawana didn't expect that she could kiss Charlie through the mask every time in the next 3 concerts. She was satisfied with just this one time. So she quickly promised. Don't worry, Mr. Wade, it won't happen next time. Saa smiled and said, Tawana, it's getting late. We have to go back, you should have a good rest tonight. There is another show tomorrow. Chapter 67-90. Tawana nodded and asked her, Saa, do you and Mr. Wade have any plans for the day after tomorrow? I want to take a day off after tomorrow. I want to walk around the city, climb the Great Wall, visit the Forbidden City, etc. Saa smiled and said, If you go to climb the Great Wall, you will probably have to take at least dozens of bodyguards. Otherwise the fans will definitely surround you. Tawana asked her, Then can I dress up in disguise? That's tough. Saa shook her head and said, You are a foreigner and you are quite conspicuous. Besides, your fans will definitely be able to see your physical features. Even if you wrap yourself up tightly, someone will definitely recognize you. What should we do? Tawana said with some regret. I really want to go around and have a look. Saa smiled and said, You can go. Just go openly, but there will be no privacy. I can accompany you, but Charlie definitely can't. Charlie nodded and said, It's good for the two of you to go out and have fun. Walk around and have a look. And let Tawana's fans see what the real China is like. And make it more lively. Tawana asked puzzledly. Mr. Wade, why can't you come with us? You are also a member of our team. Charlie asked her with a smile. What is my identity? Feng Shui Director. I am in charge of the Feng Shui layout of your concert venue. Under normal circumstances, how can I accompany you to climb the Great Wall and visit the Forbidden City? The Great Wall and the Forbidden City are hundreds and thousands of years of history. And the Forbidden City is a royal palace as well. It is not my turn as a Feng Shui master to follow and give blind instructions. Saa beside him also echoed. Yes, it is strange that Charlie accompanies us to go out and play. His wife will definitely be confused when she sees it. Besides, he never likes to show up in public. If he goes out with us, it will definitely be spread on the internet. Is that so? Tawana felt a little regretful. She wanted to take advantage of the break time to make an appointment with Charlie and Saa to go out and play. Mainly to get in touch with Charlie. Unexpectedly, he was still unwilling to show up. In this case, she was a little disgusted with her identity as an artist. And she really had no private space. If she and Saa were not stars, the three of them would go anywhere casually, and would not attract the attention of others. Helplessly, she could only say to Saa, Then let's go together. I believe that after tonight, there will be a lot of hot searches about us. Let's strike while the iron is hot and exaggerate the label of besties in front of the media. It's just the right opportunity to promote China. As she said, she looked at Charlie and said seriously, Mr. Wade, I have never come to China to hold a concert before because I was led astray by them. Most importantly, it has a long history and culture. If there is a chance to let people see the real China, it can be regarded as me clearing the name of China. Charlie was a little surprised by Tawana's attitude. He smiled and said, It's great that you think so. I'll have people spread the word on the short video platform in advance to attract more Big V bloggers to come and do live broadcasts. Tawana nodded heavily, no problem. I still have 2 or 3 days of free time before going to Shanghai. I will walk around and see places around then. At this point, Tawana had figured out the trick and said with a smile, I might as well find a way to do a live broadcast in any city in the future. And show the most authentic side to the world. Charlie gave her a thumbs up and said with a smile, Very good. If our government asks you to be a tourism promotion ambassador, you must agree. Tawana said without hesitation. If they can invite me, I will definitely agree.